Good evening, guys. So tonight's video is for my Stihl 038 AV. It's a beautiful German saw. Stihl, the 038 is, this one's a 61cc. They started these in 1980. I cut with this saw. They're a spectacular saw. It's running an 18-inch Stihl Roller-matic bar. It's got a full chisel chain, genuine Oregon chain, and it's up for sale or spares for repair on eBay. And I've been offered a 038 AV-ME, which is the Magnum edition. So that's a 70, I think that's a 72cc, and they made those back in 85. So I've never had one of those. So this one's up for sale, spares or repair, and so I'll show a small video of it cutting and idling. It runs beautifully. Chain brake, everything's working on the saw, and anybody want to come out and take a look or try the saw, you're more than welcome. And I'll show you now why it's one of my favourites to use. So I hope that does it justice. It cuts very clean, very quick. So cuts very clean, very quick. I'll quickly show it on a restart. I'll show it on some slightly bigger timber. All right. Kill switch. Yeah. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Any questions, anyone wants to come out and take a look, you're more than welcome. And hopefully that's suitable for one of you out there. Bye for now. Hi again everyone. So, a little update for the Stihl 038 saw. Just following on from a couple of questions I've received. So, people are interested in the condition of some of the items. So I thought, well, okay, I'll do a little overview, very briefly. The bar, little baby nick out the bar there, I just noticed. Okay, side cover, no damage, and it brings me on to one of the questions I've been asked a few times. Little burn mark there in the top. They're notorious, some of these, for getting the burn marks on. And that question was, you know, if it's so nice, why is it up for spares or repair? And if it's working, why are you selling it for spares or repair? So, and I've been doing long-winded message replies to people trying to explain. They've got double filters on the 038s. So there's one in the top of the air filter housing, and then there's the secondary one, which is a rather fabulous design. And you know, the reason for that is quite simple. You know, lots of the saws which I run and I really enjoy using are incredibly old saws. I mean, this saw, for instance, started in the 80s and is, you know, approaching 40 years old, depending on its manufacture date. And as nice as I think it runs now, you know, I'm not an expert in saws, and you know, it's a guilty hobby of mine. I love some of the old chainsaws, and as far as I can tell, the saws run beautifully. But you know, what other people's knowledge and expertise are, I don't know. And so you might look and think, actually, I don't think that's running right. But you know, to me, this when I say that, you know, as a layman, these saws run beautiful, and I don't know what other people's ideas of saws being clean. But you know, what I do know is that if you went out and you, like some of my saws, you went out and you bought yourself a Ford Cortina, say a mid-60s 1.6 Cortina, and it was 52 years old, the chances are that thing would have a whole host of problems. Or if you went out and bought yourself a Ford Granada from the 70s, one of the old 3-litre engine cars, etc., etc. You can't buy these things with warranties. And so, you know, discounting the fact that some people are less than honest when they buy things, and I don't want to dwell on that. What I say to everybody now would be, look, these are old saws, and as far as I can tell, and in all good faith and honesty, I can describe everything, photograph everything, show it cutting, show it idling, when they're working, that is, and hopefully people have a reasonable overview of what the saws are, and they have an accurate representation of it. But beyond that, you know, they're mechanical creatures, and they, like I say, this one's, you know, nearly 39 years old. I think it runs beautifully, but you know, if anybody's unsure, I would say don't bid, because you know, I can only describe it exactly as I run it and as I see it. And you know, if you need warranties, then shops are for warranties. So here she is, warts and all. No apparent breaks around this saw. Like I say, it's one I cut with, so a little bit dirtier than some of my really old vintage ones. Just, you know, bits of sawdust. And one other chap has said that he didn't trust one of the saws because it looked too clean. Well, I'm a old school type of engineering thinker, and I tend to think that tools should be put away clean. So when I finish cutting with some of my vintage saws, I clean them, and when I finish cutting, like with this saw, I'll put the file over it and I'll make sure that it's just freshened up, so I know when I come to pick it up, one, it's not filthy dirty, I'm happy to handle it, and two, I know it's sharp and it's ready to cut. That's just me. So if that doesn't suit people, then that's unfortunate. Alright guys, thanks for watching. There she is. She's a beautiful old lady, and maybe it's suitable for one of you guys out there. Alright, anybody need to see anything else, any other questions, then please just ask. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.